Hello everybody, I'm Jess Burton and welcome to North Shore Baseball League on MHTV for the Marblehead Seasiders taking on the Kingston Night Owls today at Seaside Park, and we are underway. The Seasiders are 3-8 this season, the Night Owls are 4-6. So we should have a pretty good matchup between these two teams today. They just played recently, a few nights ago, and the Seasiders picked up a 2-1 win over the Owls. Doing the pitching today for the Seasiders is James Guigino. That pitch is high. The batter for the Owls is Morrissey. He's the center fielder, and he walks on 4 pitches for Guigino. Not necessarily the start that you want. We'll see if he settles in here in the top of the first inning. It is a calm summer day down here at Seaside Park. Very light breeze, but the flag basically at a standstill out in center. The breeze is slightly left to right. It's basically been a full cloud cover all morning, but now blue skies peeking through. And there's a strike from Guigino with the runner on first. The batter is Covey, the shortstop for the Night Owls. There's a check over at first. Morrissey's back. The big righty comes home with that pitch. It's fouled off on the pickleball court. And the trees helped that out a little bit. It fell outside of the pickleball courts. You always have to have your head on a swivel here, beyond the foul lines. Covey got a piece of that one too, and that hit the catcher for the Seasiders. That's Nick Mazzarella. The infield from left to right for the home team is Gerardo at third, Soto at short, Mitchell at second, and Gallagher over at first. Check swing from Covey. Home plate umpire Mike Muchmore checks down to his partner, who says he did not go. It's a short ground ball to short, double play opportunity, and the second baseman throws it away. They get one. But that runner will be replaced on the overthrow as it goes out of bounds, so Covey gets to move up to second. It looked like they were going to turn it. It was a great play by Soto. Caught it cleanly on the hop. Nice little flip over to second. But Mitchell airmailed it. Good stop by Mazzarella behind home plate. The first pitch to Newerman, the Night Owls' third baseman. Guigino checks the runner. Fires home. It's low and away. He's having trouble finding the zone here early on. That comes inside off Mazzarella's glove into the backstop, so Covey moves up to third. Not sure if it distracted Guigino, but the second baseman Mitchell slapped the inside of his glove twice very hard right as Guigino was going into the windup. Might have thrown him off a bit. Comes back and another ball. Second walk of the inning. And Guigino really struggling here. Runners on the corners with one out for the cleanup hitter, Tiberio. He'll be out in right field defensively. And he looks at ball one. And if you are the Night Owls right now, why swing? Make him throw a strike. It's a tough position to be in if you're Guigino already just in the first inning for the other team to be feeling that way. This is lifted in the air. This is a deep fly ball to right. Backing up is the Seasiders right fielder. He makes the catch, tagging from third, and scoring is Covey, and the Night Owls lead it 1-0 on what ends up being a very long sac fly for Tiberio. Newerman, who walked, remains on first base. The batter is Normand. He is the catcher. But Tiberio attacked the first good pitch he saw, drove that very deep. A nice play out there by the right fielder. This is lined sharply, also into right. That's a single for Normand, and Newerman goes first to third. So around the walks from Guigino, he's been hit very hard when he's delivered the ball in the zone. Even the grounder to short by Covey was hit hard. Brings up a lefty to go against Guigino. This is Papalardo. He's the Owls' first baseman. And that is that one's fouled off by Papalardo, just off the end of the bat. Pretty good pitch by Guigino. Try to take a little bit off of that one. Out of the zone. I believe it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Fouled off on the inside part of the plate. This is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Big spot for Guigino here. Runners on the corners 1 run in. Fighting through the top of the first inning. This is to second. Hard hit again on the ground. And another bad throw by the second baseman. That is the second error in the inning by Mitchell as he pulls the first baseman off the bag with the throw. Another run scores. And Guigino's going to have to finish or continue to battle to finish this inning with no help from the defense behind him, specifically at second. Comes back with a hard pitch called strike. This is to short. And that's an accurate throw across to end the inning. But they score 2 to the Owls, and they have a lead with the Seasiders taking their first at-bats in just a minute. Welcome back to the North Shore Baseball League on MHTV. The Seasiders taking their first swings this afternoon. And swinging away at the first pitch is Gerardo, is his last name. That's Almani Gerardo, plays at Lynn Classical, or played at Lynn Classical. 0-2 quickly on Gerardo as he swings and misses at that one as well. On the mound for the Night Owls, his last name is Hurl. The Seasiders have deployed a pitcher today in Guigino who looks about to be 6'5" or so, and Hurl on the other end of the spectrum probably doesn't crack 6 feet. Comes back with something off speed on the 1-2. It's bobbled at short, and Gerardo is in there safely. Good hustle down the line on what could have been a routine ground ball. But he ran it out the whole way, and the little bobble from the shortstop, and he's safe. So some early mistakes in the field from both teams. Not sure if that's so much of an error as hard hit single, but I believe probably close enough to call it an error. It would have been out without the bobble. Gerardo is off, and he's safe. Good speed from the excellent Classical Ram. Already in scoring position for one of the original cast members of the Seasiders. This is Trey Blackmer. He has been with the team for all 9 years and helped start the team. This is off the end of the bat. That'll advance the runner, and he may be able to beat it out. He slides in, and he's safe at first. Great play by Blackmer. Not a lot of awareness from the Night Owls' second baseman. He didn't go over to cover as the ground ball took the first baseman away from the bag. But this is men's league. They probably don't practice too often. And that's what happens when you don't. That's pretty much a routine play in high school. That's a routine pop-up to short, and a short at-bat at that for Mitchell. 1 out, runners at the corners. Cleanup hitter, this is Soto. It's Kevin Soto. He was one of the leaders of the Salem High School baseball team this year that went all the way to, I believe, the state championship game. This kid can really play. He puts it in the air. That might be trouble. And he brings the left fielder in a long way. He makes the play, and a really nice throw to home. Keeps Gerardo at third base. This might be Soto's first game for the Seasiders, not sure, but he attacked that first pitch He's an all-star from the NEC this year. And that's a really good addition for the Seasiders. Salem has some talented baseball and basketball players right now. This is Quinones, Enrique Quinones. It's his 4th year playing for the Seasiders. He graduated from Marblehead High School. And the throwdown almost got Blackmer. That jersey was not clean for very long today, as he had to slide into first and now slide back into first to not be picked off. And this is in the air, and Quinones knew it as soon as he hit it, wasn't happy with it, and it's 2 pop-ups to short and a fly ball to shallow left with runners on the corners, and the Seasiders leave 2 stranded, including Gerardo, who was on third for a while there. They come up empty. It's 2-0 after 1. Top of the 2nd inning, Quigino will face his opposing pitcher Hurl here to begin the inning, then Paquette, who's hitting 9th. And then back to the top of the order. As the Night Owls brought 7 to the dish in the first, scored twice. 2 errors by the Seasiders at second. Let's see if this inning is better for Quigino, now that he's had time to sit and gather himself. That's off the plate. And this inning starting much like the first. Assume Hurl will be taking this pitch here, as he does the whole way, and it is a strike. 3-1 is the count. Hurl swings, got a piece, it's caught. Good job by Mazzarella to hang on. He's a talented catcher back there. And 3-2. And it's ball 4 up above the letters. Not a lot of good things happen when you walk the leadoff batter, as they saw in the first inning. And that runs from Little League up through the majors. It is a very high percentage that runner ends up scoring. This is the 9-hitter, Paquette. Made the nice play in left field moments ago. That rides inside, close to that back knee. And Quigino behind in the count again. See how long manager Joe McCain will stick with him. A quick step off by Quigino, because Hurl looked like he was going to take off. Quigino lucky to not balk. That's outside, and Mazzarella's going to throw down this time. Good throw to the outside of the bag, looking for that sweep around tag, but Hurl's back. Swing and a miss at a high fastball out of the zone. Paquette helping out Quigino there. home. And that's a strike. That's strike 3. Paquette leaves the bat on the shoulders. First strikeout for Guagino. Back to the top of the order. It's Morrissey, the center fielder. He walked in the first inning. But he did not score. He was thrown out at second on what could have been a double play. It was the first of 2 errors by Mitchell. He was the fielder's choice. Called strike on the outside of the zone. Check on him again. Down 2-0. They don't want him to take that bag freely. That's sliced foul. This is Guagino's 5th season as a Seasider. He's got 2 wins this season. Seasiders have 3, so he's kind of been their ace, and he comes back with back-to-back strikeouts. So maybe he is settling in here. That brings up Covey. He reached on the fielder's choice and came around to score. He tagged up and scored on the long fly ball by Tiberio, their cleanup hitter. That's up and in. Pitch is in the dirt. Covey ahead in the count. 2 outs, runner on first. Called strike. And it's ball 4 on the full count pitch. 3rd walk. The Night Owls only have 1 hit. But they've now had 6 base runners with that walk, and that brings up Newerman, who walked and scored last inning. Looked like Guagino might get out of it. Still might. Thought he was going to come back and strike out the side, though, after walking the first batter and really make me eat my words about the high percentage of the time the first batter walks coming around to score. We'll see what happens. This is looped to second. That's a clean play. He didn't have to throw it anywhere, so it's an easy one for him over there at second. That ends the inning. They strand 2. They've now left 4 runners on. They lead it 2-0 after 1.5. Back for the bottom of the second inning. Seasiders trying to play catch up here, down 2-0. Ball one from Hurl to begin the inning. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up here for the Seasiders. This is Mazzarella, Nick Mazzarella. He is going to be a sophomore at WPI in the fall. He's been on the team for a couple years. He hits this one into right field, fly ball, caught. Tiberio is the right fielder for the Owls out there. And there's one down. Gonna deem Hurl a fly ball pitcher, as the last 4 have hit it in the air against him. The Seasiders had runners on first and third with no outs in the first inning, and then hit 2 pop-ups to short and a fly ball to left. They begin this inning with a fly ball to right. Ruiz now fouled 2 off, and that ball makes it 1-2. Ground ball to third, scooped, strong throw across, high catch, and there's 2 away. That'll bring up Ian Gallagher. He's the first baseman, and he got the save this past Thursday night against these Night Owls in the 2-1 win. This is into center. That is a hard hit, but the center fielder makes a nice break on it. An easy play. 1, 2, 3 go the Siders in the second. Top of the third inning for the Night Owls, facing James Guigino. That is on to the pickleball courts, and everybody got out of the way. Luckily. That's a couple that have gone over there now. The first one landed on the outside of the cage. Last inning for the Night Owls, it was 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and a little looper to second. And they have left 4 runners on base. Lead it 2-0 though. Got to be careful here with this hitter. This is Tiberio. He hit it to the base of the hill in right in his first at-bat, driving in Covey, who tagged at third. It was the first run of the game. Hardest hit ball we've seen today. Dribbles foul. 2 strikes on him. The at-bat continues. Guigino continues to also struggle to find the strike zone. That's above his head. Curveball that didn't break. Counts full. That is driven deep, and it is foul. And he kind of took the thought out of my head as I was kind of measuring up where he hit it last time in right, and I was going to say, had he pulled it, he may have hit it out of the park. And he got under that one, but just a bit too far ahead of it. That's in the outfield. Slices into the gap over the head of the second baseman, and easy, clean-looking base hit for Tiberio. And that is just the second hit of the game for the Night Owls off of Guagino. But again, the 4 walks and 2 errors. They've now had 7 base runners. They lead it 2-0 with just 2 hits. And this man had the first one. This is Normand, the catcher. He starts off with a ball, and Guagino wants a new ball because that one doesn't throw strikes. It's always the ball's fault. That's a good-looking pitch. Came back with a heater. Maybe it was the ball, yeah. Right down the heart of the plate. Blew it by him. That one's low. And that new clean ball, not so clean anymore. Night Owls have had the lead runner on in all 3 innings. This is the first time it wasn't a walk. Two balls and 1 strike. That'll even the count at 2. That is also chopped foul. Guagino does not work fast, so the at-bats all somewhat seem long, but they've had some long at-bats against him, fighting pitches off. This is hit very far, racing up the hill, backtracking, and making the catches, Blackmer, and that is extremely difficult to do. You have to be a veteran playing here at Seaside Park to make that look as easy as he just did. What a play by Blackmer, unfazed by the hill, tracked it the whole way, and made the catch at the top of the hill, preventing a ground rule double at minimum. Absolutely wonderful play by the longest tenured Seasider. I thought that was gone. Center field. All of the outfield is very deep. And that's nothing but a long out. No one happier than Guagino. One out with the runner still on first. Papalardo at the plate. Check swing at a strike anyway. Papalardo reached on the second error by Mike Mitchell in the first inning. It should have been the inning-ending play. Guagino could really use his 3rd strikeout of the game right here at 2 strikes on Papalardo. That is ripped to first, and look what I found, says Ian Gallagher, and then doubles him up at second. Oh yeah, that's how you turn it. What a play by Gallagher. Great awareness by Soto, the high schooler from Salem, over at short, covering second. 3-6 double play for the Seasiders. Huge play to get out of the inning. Bottom of the third inning. Bottom of the lineup for the Seasiders. And then back to the top. This is Walsh, the 9-hitter. Now I can give him credit for making the play out in right field in the first inning, making that nice play. Didn't know who was out there when we started the game. Check swing, ends up in fair territory, and it's actually a little troubling play for the pitcher. He had to go a long way off the mound, but calm flip to first to get him. 1 down. Back to the top of the order for Almani Gerardo. He came out swinging in the first. Looks at a ball to begin this at bat. He reached on an error, a bobble by the shortstop, and then stole second. And ended up being stranded at third in the first inning. And Almani didn't like that call. Thought it was off the plate. But it's 1-1. That's popped lightly towards the pickleball courts. Won't get over there. The pickleball courts that used to be the tennis courts, but now there are no more tennis courts. It's all pickleball courts. Hard ground ball to third. And the speedy Gerardo is thrown out. There are still a few tennis courts down here at Seaside Park, but I meant in life in general, it feels like everything's a pickleball court now. Blackmer starts off his second at bat, looking at a ball above his eyes. And that one comes down a little bit over the heart of the plate for a strike. Blackmer 1 for 1. Singled in the first. 1-2 on Trey. Just keep replaying that play he just made out in center in my head. That's such a difficult play to backtrack up that hill like that. He swings and misses, and that's strike 3. And that is a very fast inning for the Seasiders. Back-to-back innings. They go 1, 2, 3. It's now 9 straight retired by Hurl. Welcome back to North Shore Baseball League on MHTV. The Seasiders in the field for the top of the 4th inning. Guagino back on the hill, trailing 2-0. And we've breezed through the last couple innings with the Seasiders going 1, 2, 3, but a lot more work when they're in the field. Double play last inning helped Guagino out. Faced the minimum after giving up a single to begin the inning. But again, the Night Owls have had their first batter of each inning reach base, either by walk or a hit. This might be the same. This might be a double. That is drilled out into left and it is just a long single as it's cut off out there by Ruiz. Just another hard hit ball. That time it's Capello who reaches just the third hit for the Night Owls. Good block by Mazzarella. He's had a couple of them already today. Swing and a miss for Hurl. The Night Owls pitcher hitting here, and he has retired 9 straight batters on the mound after the opening error and single in the first inning for the Seasiders. A ball and 2 strikes on Hurl. Walked his first time up. Pokes at this one, and it's foul. It's a shocked look on his face, like his body swung when his mind told him not to. It almost worked out for him. It's faded foul. Another 1-2 pitch here. And he strikes out. Couldn't tell at first, no real signal from the home plate umpire. That's the 3rd strikeout of the afternoon for Guigino. He struck this batter out, Paquette, in his first at-bat in the second after walking Hurl to begin the inning. And he's ahead of the count 0-2 here. This Paquette is one of the batters that can't figure him out. And that Guigino just seems not afraid to face at all. Just attack, attack, attack against this guy. Right back at it, and he rings him up. Strike 3. A 3-pitch at bat. Second time Paquette has gone down looking. Back to the top of the order for Morrissey, and he struck out his last at bat. Check swing strike. Night Owls in jeopardy of leaving their 5th runner on base here. They haven't been able to add to their lead. They've had the lead runner on in every inning. Seasiders got out of it with a double play last inning. Guigino trying to take matters into his own hands here, potentially strike out the side. That is ripped down the third base line and foul. That was very close. It would have been extra bases for sure. Not sure it would have been enough to score Capello. Not sure what kind of speed he has. That pitch is low. There's 2 strikes on Morrissey. That's a curveball And Mazzarella ends up on his bottom. But no advance from the runner. So he tripped over the lip of the grass. Don't think catchers are known to be very graceful, so give him a pass. Looking to strike out the side. It's a slow ground ball. Gets caught up in the high grass. Easy play for Gallagher. Much easier than the one he had to make to end the third inning. And the Night Owls strand another runner. They still lead it 2-0 going to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Mike Mitchell will start things off for the Seasiders in the home half of the fourth inning. He popped up to shortstop as the first out in the first inning. This one's going to go a lot farther than shortstop, into the gap, and it's the left fielder who comes over to make the play. Hung in the air just a bit too long. But a good wood on the ball there for Mitchell. But nothing to show for it, and that's now 10 straight retired by Hurl. That brings in the designated hitter, Soto, Kevin Soto. This is popped up, and the second baseman calls everybody off, and Soto is quickly retired. More pop-ups and fly balls by the Seasiders off of Hurl. Called it in the first inning. He has only 3 ground ball outs and 7 fly ball or pop-ups. Got 1 strikeout. Has not walked anybody. And he will face Quinones, who popped to short in his first at-bat, which ended the first inning when the Seasiders had runners on first and third, but could not drive them in. And Hurl looking to retire 12 straight here with Quinones up. Hurl working quickly. Low inside. And I know the Seasiders haven't had a runner on since the first, but Hurl working out of the windup where Guigino is in the stretch 100% of the time. And that ends the streak. A little broadcaster's jinx there. Helps out the Seasiders after the streak of 11 straight retired. It's his first walk given up. Quinones is aboard with 2 outs. That'll bring Mazzarella to the dish. Seasiders on a bit of a winning streak here. They've won 2 in a row. Just 3 wins on the year, but playing their best baseball. Short lineup today, though. Only these 9 are in attendance, and only 10 for the Night Owls. Fly ball. This is trouble. That's in play. That should score Quinones, and he is going to be held up at third. A 2-out double for Mazzarella all the way up the hill in right field. But a conservative call by Blackmer over there at third, not sending Quinones as the ball was making its way back to the infield. It would have been a tight play, They're going to put this in the hands of the young high schooler Jan Ruiz, another Salem High All-Star. Ground ball towards third, picked, and Ruiz is out. A long throw, really nice play by the third baseman, Newerman. He's made a couple of them. That one, the best of the day, as it looked like it might squeak through third and short. He cuts it off, makes a strong throw. And I wonder if Blackmer's second-guessing himself now, not sending Quinones as they strand the two tying runs out there on the base paths. After 4, it's 2-0 Night Owls. Top of the 5th inning, 2-3-4 in the lineup due up for the Night Owls. This is Covey. It's been on twice on a fielder's choice, and an error in the same play, and a walk in the second inning. Guagino has not started many batters off with a strike. Comes back the second pitch over the plate here, even in the count at 1. Covey swings and misses. Looks like the ball might have been out of the zone low. 2 strikeouts last inning for Guagino, 4 total. Fly ball, right field. Walsh makes the play. That is the first time today that the leadoff hitter for the Night Owls has not reached base. They scored both their runs in the first inning. Had runners on in every inning, but they only have 3 hits. And after they've gotten the lead guy on, they've sputtered. They've left 5 guys out there. And that is a foul ball. A hard hit foul ball. More than likely would have been a double had it been about 6 inches to the right. Maybe less than that. That's high. Backs Newerman up just a bit. The Seasiders have help from other Seasiders. Little seagulls out there in left field. They have 5 outfielders now. That is laced to third. And it takes Quinones up into an upright position to make the catch. It came at you quick. Nice play by Quinones. Two down in the inning. This is the hard hitting Tiberio. Singled his last time up, drove it to the base of the hill in the first inning, out and right. And fouls that one off. This popped up. Potentially playable. Mazzarella got to go a long way and can't get there. Well, 2 strikes on Tiberio. And Guagino looking for his first 1-2-3 inning here in the 5th. Oh boy, that is crushed to left. Another base of the hill shot from Tiberio, but Soto's out there to make the play and end the inning. That is the best inning for the Seasiders and Guagino today. 1-2-3 go the Night Owls, and let's see if the Seasiders can put some runs on the board. Bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch, hit hard to short, 1 hopper, and Covey throws out Gallagher. One pitch, 1 out. That's a good percentage for Hurl, who's working quickly and making quick work of the Seasiders. That's a strike to Walsh. Grounded out to Hurl in the 2nd on a check swing. And he's down the count 0-2 here. And check swing, strike 3. Not a great at bat there by Walsh. Hurl had retired 11 in a row before walking Quinones last inning and giving up a double to Mazzarella, but both of them stranded on the base paths. They only have 2 hits off of Hurl this afternoon. A single by Blackmer in that double last inning. A single coming back in the 1st as the 2nd batter of the game. Seasiders have left runners on 1st and 3rd in the 1st and 2nd and 3rd last inning. And Gerardo did not like that call on the curveball as it cut back over the inside part of the plate. A swing and a miss. Strike 2. Gets just enough of it to put it in play, and Covey has no throw. An infield single for the quick-footed Gerardo. He reached as the first batter of the game for the Seasiders on an error by Covey. He bobbled it. And he beat out that throw. This time Covey decides not to throw it. The 3rd hit of the game for the Seasiders. Blackmer had the first one. He's up here now with 2 outs in the inning and a runner on. They trail 2-0. Big spot here for the captain. Little dribbler back to the mound. Hurl throws one more pitch in the inning over to 1st to retire Blackmer. Seasiders still trail 2-0 as we head to the 6th. All right, it's top of the 6th inning. 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for the Night Owls with their 2-run lead. Both runs coming back in the 1st inning. Guagino coming off his best inning in the 5th. The first 1-2-3 inning that he's had. This is the catcher Normand. He singled in the first, driving in a run, and has flown out to center field. Which was the one that chased Blackamer back up onto the hill and almost made it out of here. So outfielders beware with this man in the batter's box. Gugino's pitch is inside. Blackamer is at the base of the hill. Check swing, called strike. Seasiders coming off a 2-1 win over these guys a couple nights ago. They had more of their full lineup. Again, they only have 9 here today. Manager Joe McCain working with what he has. Count even at 2 now. My mistake, it was a full count, and that is a walk. It almost hit him, and Norman just casually stood in there. But again, they have the lead runner on. Last inning was the only inning in which they have not had that happen. It's the 3rd time Gugino has walked the first batter of the inning. Did it in the first and in the second. Then they singled to begin the top of the 3rd and top of the 4th. This is the first walk since the 2nd inning, also by Gugino. This is Papalardo, who hit the ball extremely hard to first in the 3rd inning. It was the double play that Gallagher turned. It was just an amazing play. That rides in towards the cleats of Papalardo. 3 balls. That's a strike. About stomach high in the zone. Gugino takes a long time between pitches and always throwing from the stretch, no matter if there's a runner on or not. Comes home with this one. And a called strike. A little bit of help there potentially. Full count. Here's the 3-2. Fouled off. Good thing there's no pitch clock for Gugino. This is hit to second, off the glove of Mitchell. Fails to make another play out there at second base. This is 3rd error of the game. If it hadn't hit his glove, I'd give him a hit, but got to make that play. 2 on, nobody out. Capello up, He singled his last time. Puts this one in the air. Walsh racing in. Makes the play. Takes him down to his knees. Mitchell was tracking out there too, but that was Walsh and only Walsh's. He had to go a long way. One out, the runners stay put. That brings Hurl up, trying to help himself out here. That's in the dirt, that'll move the runners up. Now both in scoring position with just one out. Hurl has a real good opportunity here to add to the Night Owls' lead before he goes back out there on the mound and can give himself some cushion. Called strike right around the knees. And Hurl did strike out his last time up. He's also walked. That rides way in on him. He just gets out of the way. Mazzarella jumps on it quickly. It's Normand on third base and Papalardo on second. That's a called strike. Hurl's body language says he disagrees with the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 runners on, 1 out. High pitch, fouled off. Another 2-2 from Guigino. Strike 3. And Hurl goes down looking. Looked at all 3 strikes in the at-bat. And that brings up Paquette, who's gone down on strikes twice. I actually think this is a pinch hitter. See when he swings or shows us his back. It is a pinch hitter. Not going to let Paquette here. This is the only other guy the Night Owls have today, and it is Arsenault. They brought 10. He's number 10. Didn't get the start, but in here in Paquette's spot, after he struck out looking twice. See if Arsenault has better luck against Guigino with 2 runners on and 2 outs in the inning. Big pinch hit spot. Swing and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2, and Arsenault stays alive. Another 1-2 pitch. This is looped towards shortstop. Going to be a tough play. And he got him! That is the high schooler, Soto, showing exactly why he was chosen as an NEC All-Star this season for the Witches. Ends the inning with a great play on the run. The Night Owls strand 2 more base runners. It's been 2-0 since the first, and we head to the bottom of the 6th. A heart of the order for the Seasiders here in the 6th. This is Mike Mitchell. Looks at a couple of balls from Hurl to begin his at-bat. Hurl continues to work very quickly. Complete opposite pace of Guigino. I don't think he's had a 3-0 count yet today until right now. Mitchell taking the whole way, and he walks on 4. That is exactly what the Seasiders need. Surprisingly, with all the base runners the Night Owls have had, they only have 3 hits, and so do the Seasiders. But the Owls lead at 2-0. Picking up their runs in the top of the 1st. An aggressive first swing. On the ground, Soto is retired at 1st. The throw to 2nd was late and bobbled, so Mitchell moves up. It looks like he might be hurt. And he gets up. He gives a thumbs up to the bench. But after that 4-pitch walk, Soto attacking the first pitch, maybe not the best strategy. Might want to be a little bit more patient, but that's the high schooler in him. Steal attempt to 3rd, and safe is Mitchell. And he is hurt. It is his left wrist or hand. But he's going to stay on the base paths. This is Quinones. Last time up he walked, which ended a streak of 11 straight batters retired by Hurl. Swings at a ball there out of the zone high. 3 balls and 2 strikes, I believe. It's tough to see. The umpire gives a signal. And now there's definitely 2 strikes. Full count on Quinones with 1 out. And Mitchell on 3rd, trying to make it home to split the lead. Fly ball to right field would do it, would get him home. But instead, this is a pop-up to shortstop or 3rd. It'll be the 3rd baseman who makes the play, and there is 2 down. Brings up Nick Mazzarella. Curveball cut over the outside part of the plate for a strike. Mazzarella doubled his last time up. A double would be golden here. Pitch in the dirt, but a really nice backhanded stop by Normand. This into the outfield, sharply hit to center, and the center fielder travels over to his right and makes the play. Tough break there. A really good hit by Mazzarella. And they leave Mitchell at third. Still trail 2-0 as we head to the final inning. Night Owls coming up. On to pitch the 7th inning for the Seasiders is T.J. Walsh from Lynn Classical. He will face the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Night Owls, and he starts. No, excuse me. He will face the top of the order for the Night Owls, and he starts Morrissey off with a strike. 1-1. Strike 2. So Guagino leaves after starting the game. 6 full innings, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts, and just 1 earned run of the 2 on the board here today. And he only allowed 3 hits. Morrissey hangs in there with a hard foul off the screen. Yep, only 3 hits off Guagino, and all those base runners. Most of his doing, the 5 walks. But the Seasiders lucky with all those walks that they're not down worse than 2 runs. But really, the Night Owls have done themselves no favors because they haven't had many hits when the runners are on base. It's the 2-2. This is towards left field. That's going to drop in fair territory. And it's a double as it rolled into foul territory. Really good hustle by Ruiz out and left to get there. Third baseman was chasing it down too. So Soto was covering third if Morrissey was going to try for 3. But a leadoff double here in the 7th brings Covey to the plate. That's a ball outside. Ball and a strike on the Night Owls shortstop. That almost hit him. Just gets out of the way. Breaking ball that didn't break much. 2-1. Fly ball. Right field. Tagging and advancing is Morrissey. Good stop by Mazzarella. One out, runner on third. Newerman at the plate. Night Owls looking for an insurance run. That's inside. This is deep into center field. Blackmer not going to get that one. Lands on the hill. That'll score the run. There's no one covering second, and that's a double. 2 doubles in the inning, RBI for Newerman, and it's 3-0 Night Owls. Only 3 hits in the game off of Guagino. And now 2 doubles in the inning through 3 batters off of Walsh. That's a called strike for Walsh. This is Tiberio, the hitter. That breaks over the inside part of the plate for a strike. It's 2 strikes on the Night Owls cleanup hitter, with Newerman on second. Goes back to the breaking ball, and it's fouled off. Another 2-strike pitch. That's going to be over Mitchell's head. A bit of a delay by Newerman at second to make sure Mitchell wasn't going to climb the ladder and make the grab, but now it's runners at the corners for the Owls. And they are seeing Walsh very well. 2 doubles and a single through the first 4 batters here, starting at the top of the order for Walsh too. No easy task. This is Normand. Has singled, flown out to center on the almost home run, and walked his last time up. Not sure about Tiberio's speed, but let's see if he moves up to second. Walsh takes a look at him. Fires home. That's a strike. That was a juicy curveball. Norman let it go by. Comes back with the fastball low. Double play opportunity for the Seasiders as well to get out of the inning on the ground. Huge hack from Normand on a pitch that looked like it might have been out of the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Walsh needs it. Strike 3 called. Huge pitch from Walsh. Now 2 down in the inning. That'll bring Papalardo to the plate. Righty on lefty matchup here, with a chance for Papalardo to drive in another run with 2 outs. He puts it in the air to right, but right there is the right fielder for the Seasiders. That ends the 6th. Excuse me, that ends the 7th, but the Night Owls do get 1, and it's the last chance coming up here for the Seasiders. They trail 3-0. Last chance here for the Seasiders in the bottom of the 7th. Salem High School star Jan Ruiz to lead it off. He's grounded to third twice. Hurl out there for the 7th for the Owls, going for the complete game, potential complete game shutout. Seasiders have left 6 runners on, only 3 hits this afternoon. And Ruiz patient in this at-bat. Wants to get on base. A strike called outside portion of the plate. Tough one there. That looked like a ball. Hurl working quickly. Another ground ball to third. The third baseman stumbles for a moment, and Ruiz is on. Newerman looks like he lost his balance for just a split second. The throw a hair late. And the Seasiders have the leadoff man on here in the 7th. That'll bring Gallagher up. He's 0 for 2. Fly ball to center. Ground out to short. First pitch, pops it up and throws the bat down in disgust. The right fielder comes charging in, calls off the second baseman, and makes the catch. Ruiz patient in his at-bat. Gallagher couldn't hold up. 1 pitch, 1 out. That brings up the 9-hitter Walsh. Ruiz, the throw down, gets by the first baseman. Ruiz is going to go first to third. That is exactly what the Seasiders needed. That is a very poor decision by Normand, the catcher for the Owls. There's absolutely no need to try to pick him off. You have a 3-run lead, 1 out, final at bat, and now you give the Seasiders some life. It's in the air to center. Ruiz is going to be able to tag. Here comes the throw. Pretty good throw. 1 hopper, but Ruiz is in, and the mistake by Normand costs the Night Owls a run. The Seasiders are on the board here in the 7th. 3-1. Walsh with the RBI, probably kicking himself a little bit too as he took over on the mound on the 7th and gave up a run. That's the one he just got back. But instead of trailing by 1, they still trail by 2. Bases are now empty and there are 2 outs. Gerardo check swing, didn't go, says the umpire down at first base. The Seasiders down to their final out. The leadoff hitter Gerardo at the plate. Probably the man they would pick to hit in this situation. Two balls in the at-bat for Gerardo. Gerardo, he makes the call himself. A very patient hitter, seems to know the strike zone well. He shakes his head no when he thinks it's going to be a ball. He was right that time. 3-0 is the count. And that's up underneath his wrists, but it's a called strike. 3-1. Gerardo has incredible speed. They'd love to get him on here with 2 outs. It looks like he's going to try to work a walk. It's my mistake. There were only 2 balls in the at-bats. That's now ball 3. Swings and misses. Seasiders down to their final strike. Lifted in the air to right field. Tiberio under there, and that is the ball game. The Seasiders score once in the 7th, but that is their only run today. Night Owls scored 2 of their 3. in the top of the first, got their third in the top of the seventh. It is a 3-1 final here from Seaside this afternoon. The Seasiders' 2-game winning streak is ended. They are now 3-9 on the season. The Night Owls improved to 5-6. And a complete game thrown by the Night Owls pitcher, Hurl. Just the 1 run allowed. The loss for the Seasiders goes to Guagino with his 6 innings pitched. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast of North Shore Baseball League here on MHTV. 2 more Seasiders games for us this season, and we're looking forward to the next one. From Seaside, thank you, Mr. Caswell. Great job on camera. I'm Jess Burton. We will see you soon.